Now do you hear it?
Now Tony Walker's on the phone
Now do you hear us?
trying to fix our audio on
All right.
on YouTube.
Are any of those bars moving? Oh, it's working now. It's working
Yeah,
now.
because it was muted.
See that, Tony?
Yeah.
You can always count on Tony.
Holy fucking shit!
Can you hear that, Tony? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Tony. You should be in here, plugged in, saying hello. That's a delay.
Thanks, Tony Walker.
Don't worry, guys. We'll be starting
Bye.
soon. Not making that same mistake as last time.
All right.
Starting too early. So there's nothing I could play through the air then. How does that work?
Yeah. Okay. So maybe what we could do is what kind of works is to take a microphone or a headset and stick it next to the microphone portion of your phone.
I thought there was a way to play things in studio, but maybe not, huh?
No.
Or if I unplug this and raise the volume.
Holy fucking shit!
Can you hear that, Sammy?
Yeah. That's as loud as we're talking, so I don't know why it would be anything different.
Shouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
Should not be any different. You want to get started? I do.
Me too.
All right, good. Well, let's do this at the same time. Okay, cool.
Get ready. Get ready. Strap in. Hold on. This is the Dr. Love Show. No rules, no boundaries, no holds barred. This is the Dr. Love Show. Sometimes sexy, always insane, definitely controversial. Dr. Love Show. Dr. Love. Sex news, relationship advice, matchmaking, totally different in studio guests.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Dr. Love Show. If you can't be good, be bad. Be bad.
One of them's faster, but I like it.
Yeah. And it's only 4 minutes in, so we kind of figured it out in 4 minutes. That's
Yeah,
not
that's not
bad.
too bad.
Second show.
Second show.
Not bad.
Episode 2.
Yay.
Episode 2. I love it. We got a lot to get to today, actually.
All right.
I'm hoping Joe Diamond calls in because those of you that don't know Joe, he's an author, wrote a couple of books that I'm in, actually, and he's producing and directing a new, I don't know what they call it. I guess it's a pilot. It's not a sitcom, though. It's more like, what would you call something like The Sopranos was?
Like a series?
Yeah, it's a series.
Okay.
It's a series.
So what do you mean he wrote you in? He wrote you in a book?
Yeah, I've been in 2 of his books.
Really?
And he wrote about me in a Hustler magazine article.
Okay.
And this is kind of on topic because I want to preface this by saying that Sally doesn't know most of the topics on the show. And I'm only saying that because some of the emails referenced the 2 of us being animals. And I'm really the only animal here. Sally's just kind of along for the ride. She has great ideas and she has animalistic tendencies, but it's really just me. So if you're going to write a hate email,
What do you mean? You like people wrote emails on
yeah,
us?
we could do the emails first if you want to.
Yeah,
They're
let's
really,
do the
I mean,
emails.
they're really good. I was going to
People
get
said
to
we
them-
were animals.
I was going to get to them last,
Oh,
but
you do it like whatever order you want. I just found that funny.
I guess I'll do them first because I wanted to get to Dennis Hoff. Do you know who Dennis Hoff is?
You know, I didn't. And when you texted me today and and I asked the topics that you were going to talk about on the show, and you said, "Well, you're going to discuss, dedicated to Dennis Hoff."
What
So
kind of a tribute to Dennis
So
Hoff?
I thought I was like, "Did Dennis Hoffman die?" So I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I googled his name, and I actually do know who he is. He's the cat house owner,
Bunny
and-
Ranch,
Yeah,
HBO special, all that stuff. He
Yeah.
passed away a week ago.
yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, his body was found by Ron Jeremy after a all-night party. I think it was a birthday party or something like that. But he was announced his running on the Republican candidate for GOP for a small city or township in Nevada.
Okay.
And he actually won the primary and was going to go up against a Democrat. And he started to get a lot of problems at the ranch because of it. Sheriff's giving him,
Where they never did before.
yeah, they kind of left him
Yeah.
alone, and he was kind of controversial. But let's do the emails because
All right.
I think it's kind of cool. So I chose 10 of them.
Okay. How
There-
many were there?
there was-
we got emails.
We got emails. There was a lot of them. A lot of them were one-lining, you know.
Were any of them good?
Some of them were good. I took some good ones, too.
Okay, good.
All right. So some of them were some of them asked questions that they want to answer from you, even.
Oh, all right.
So, for instance, number one, it starts off, Dear Dr. Love, Sally is so beautiful, was wondering what her relationship status was. That was from Randy S., and there was no city involved. I didn't answer him back. Anyone that emails the show, by the way, will answer the emails live on air,
Oh, okay.
or maybe we'll email them back if it's something silly. I emailed a few backs, like, thank you, or we appreciate it, even when they said you're a sick, sadistic person that talks about feces too much.
What's so bad about poo? I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't know. It wasn't that
I don't know.
horrifying.
Wait till you hear some. I put some good ones in here. So, Sally, your relationship status, I know it, but
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, completely committed relationship.
yeah, to a
Yeah.
good friend of mine. Actually,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Yeah, really nice.
So, sorry, Randy S.
But thank you, Randy. That's
She's.
nice.
Are you engaged, or I don't want to?
Well, it's funny because since our last show, I'm divorced.
Okay, she's divorced, but in a serious relationship with somebody else.
Yeah, well, we have been separated for years and years and years and years and years. He lives like 4 states away, like that, separated. So we didn't do the paperwork for a long time. But I feel
Liberated.
married to,
Tony.
to Tony.
Yeah, Tony's a common name. We could use his first name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel anything other than married to him.
Good.
So, yeah.
Number 2, Doctor, your topics last show were sick and disgusting. Kentucky Klondike, 2 question marks. Really? 2 more question marks. Admittingly, I could not stop listening, but I was also disgusted at the same time. The interview was amazing, though. I'm assuming she means the interview with Ashley Badd.
Right, yeah.
She didn't use
She
her
was
name,
very
but
nice.
the interview, she was really nice. And then that's Donna from locally Glen Cove. So
All right.
that gives you an
That
idea
wasn't
what
bad.
Long Island thinks about us.
And-
I thought that was pretty bad.
Yeah, everybody poops, right?
Everybody poops.
Everybody
The Kentucky
poops.
Klondike was a major topic of conversation from a group of friends of mine. Thank you, Vinny and Jonna. And I thought it was funny. I mean, I'm completely taken by the fact that somebody wants to take a poop in someone else's.
Yeah,
Vagina.
that's kind of, that's bizarre.
Yeah, it's more southern, I
gross.
think. We don't have a lot of southern listeners, so I can make fun of them. Number 3. This one was kind of good for me. Dr. Love, your voice gives me quivers. Now, I don't know if that means in a good way or a bad way.
I would say good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your voice gives me quivers. Oh, and you turn me on. So it's probably
it's good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
I was sent this show via a share on Facebook and thoroughly enjoyed it. I have one question. It's a 2-parter. So then she types, do you ever mentally strip strangers just for kicks? Question 1. And then the second part of the question is, and then imagine in dirty detail what it would be like to fuck them. Please ask Sally and the audience as well. This is something I do on a regular basis. Jasmine, the Brazilian from Plainview, New York.
Plainview.
Plainview.
Oh, well, that's close.
Really close.
Yeah.
So she's probably a friend of a friend on Facebook, or someone shared it with her. Or
Donna from Plainview.
yeah, anyone
All right.
typing up here?
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked. Okay, good. So we're there. We're getting heard. That's good.
Okay, good. So
Holy fucking shit.
yeah,
So none of the emails that you got were people that you knew. They were just all, people watching the show for the first time,
yeah. I don't know
or
any.
didn't know you.
Holy fucking shit.
I don't know any of them for
Okay.
sure. I don't know most of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook, honestly, because I'm in a bit. I just friend a lot of people, and a lot of people friend me that are,
Where did you get these emails from? Did it come to like your personal
It came to the
email, or
website.
did it come to?
came
oh,
through
really?
the website. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, not my personal email, through the website, all of them. I don't know if anyone
Wild.
has my personal email. I mean, I guess they could IM me on
Facebook.
Facebook. Or
I guess. Yeah. What the
anything good.
Huh. No, not yet.
Okay. So to answer your question, Jasmine, I think I do mentally strip people.
Do you really?
Not on a regular basis, but I do imagine what someone would look like naked. I live on the beach. I don't know if you know that about me.
Mm-mm.
I live directly on the beach, Long
Okay.
Beach, New York,
Okay.
LBNY.
Nice.
And I'm down there a lot on the beach, walking around, and this scantily
And
dressed.
it's not a nude beach, so that's
It's not a nude
annoying.
beach, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of women that wear small bikinis these days. I'm
Okay.
very pro small bikini. And I guess I do. And then I guess imagining them in detail, in dirty detail, what would we like to fuck them? I don't know. Maybe not a lot. I'm sure I've done it, but this lady seems really into that.
Maybe.
Like, that's her thing, I
You
think.
think?
Yeah. I mean,
What was her name again?
Jasmine.
Jasmine something else from Plainview. There was
She
something
called
else.
herself Jasmine the Brazilian.
The Brazilian. Oh,
So
is
I'm
that like
assuming
a
she's Brazilian.
Is that like a nationality or?
I'm hoping
or
that
a
one of these people
waxing
that
detail?
wrote call in is my hope. Or if we see a Jasmine up there.
Yeah, if anyone, you know what? Let me put that up there. If anyone wants to call in,
Yeah, call in.
the phone number is 516
Take it, Sally.
465 3990.
Yeah, even
And
if
I'll-
it's just like
I'll throw
my
it up
sister to
there.
say hello. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Do I mentally strip people?
ever do it? Like
No. No, I don't think so. It's funny though, as you were saying that, I was kind of like laughing because I have a teenager who took his driver's test yesterday.
17? How old is he? 16?
He turned 18.
Wow.
So, and he failed the first time, and he was so nervous. And so he took it the second time, and I was telling him about. Do you ever see the Brady Bunch?
You picture the teacher naked.
Yeah, and
Or
so
in
I-
their underwear.
I was so I was
Yeah.
telling him that story that Marcia couldn't pass her test, and so she would like look at the driver's instructor like in his underwear, and so he laughed about that. So I don't know if he did that.
Did he pass?
He did pass.
Good.
Yeah, we were really happy for him.
That's super exciting. I see Anitra Tucci, my favorite doctor.
Nice.
She's a very nice person, Tucci.
All right, nice.
I'm giving her a shout out. She does not like attention,
Okay.
but she was on the front page of the the back page of the New York Post about 2 or 3 weeks ago at the Jets football game.
As what? Oh, just a picture?
Yeah, in the background.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
It was pretty awesome. I've never been there, but
Oh.
John Otero. I don't know who that is. Okay. So I hope we answered that okay. And if you want to answer it, you can email me at mike@thedrloveshow.sex. Go to the website, thedrloveshow.sex. Contact me or us, whatever it says there, and just go ahead and answer either one of those questions if you want to. I think it's a pretty interesting topic, quite frankly. Anything that has to do with nudity, I'm in. 100%. Number 4. Although I love listening to Ashley Bad, I thought the beginning of the show was unacceptable and disgusting. Who thinks of these topics? Where do these topics even come from? Does anyone ever do these crazy, gross sexual acts? You're sick. Todd from Connecticut.
All right. So, the poo stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad it's being directed toward me, because that's why I wanted to preface it with, like, you didn't know anything about the Kentucky Klondike or the Alabama
No,
Hot
none of
Pocket
it.
or any of that stuff. And I think we found the most acceptable one was the ball koozie.
Yeah.
When
what
you
was that
stick your
again?
balls in a bowl and your girlfriend blows bubbles with a straw
Yeah, that wasn't
and
so
gives
bad.
you a jacuzzi for your balls.
That wasn't so bad.
I mean, I think I would like that.
I'm
At some
trying
point.
to find your show that's like live. I think I'm like having a hard time. I'm wondering.
Are you on
but
the right
we're
YouTube
live.
channel?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find the Facebook one so I could like put the number up. Maybe I'll just like write it up here.
Yeah.
I keep seeing like past shows.
All right.
All right.
So Sally's taking a little break. So sorry, Todd, that we're gross and disgusting, but that's kind of the point of the show. And we appreciate you listening. And, there'll be a lot of guests coming on, so don't worry.
The doctor is in.
The doctor is in. I wish I could read everything that's going on up there. I got to have my head examined.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, cool. Number 5. A good one. Dr. Love, I have never heard a show with this content. Keep it coming. From Alex.
Okay.
in New Jersey.
All right.
I'm going to have a lot of people from
Well,
New
there'll
Jersey.
be different topics. It's just not going to be like the Pooh show.
Not
you
all
know?
the time.
Yeah. So.
No. Pooh is a very big part of it. It's not. It's about 10%. Maybe. I don't know. Number 6. You're going to like this one.
All right.
Dr. Love, you are so lucky to have such a sexy co-host. Exclamation point. Sally is the best, and I can't stop thinking about kissing her. If I call the Dr. Love show, if I call the show, can I speak dirty to her? I watch on Facebook. And this is from Alice D. in Rego Park.
It's from a girl.
From a girl, yeah.
I have chick fans. That's cool.
It's awesome, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I would say Tony might like this. I don't know.
Yeah, he kind of likes that stuff. But yeah.
I mean, if she called in, you talk to her, right? Let her talk dirty. I mean, you don't have to participate back. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm flattered, but
I would be
you know.
flattered. Nobody wrote about kissing me.
yeah, like if a guy called in and said, I'm really attracted to you, you'd be flattered, but like you wouldn't want him to
I'd be
like
scared.
call in and
No.
talk to you. You're just like,
I
hey,
feel
that's really
like-
nice.
I
you know,
feel
but-
like it's I don't want to say it's okay to be gay as long as you're female, but I feel like it's more accepting.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? No, that can't be.
Are
right.
you grossed
Yeah.
out by a woman wanting to kiss you? Because I would be grossed out if a guy came up to me and said, I want to kiss you.
Well, I feel I'm in a committed relationship, and then I'm just, it's flattering if anyone says anything
Okay.
nice, but
If a girl says it, I love it. If a guy says it, I'm scared.
yeah, but if some girl wanted to call in and talk to you, you're in a relationship too. So
Well,
no,
I'm happy.
okay,
I don't know where I'm at. I'm a mess.
you're a mess.
Therapy. I need therapy is what I need. Okay, that was number 6. Number 7. Sorry. Dr. Love, you are a sorry excuse for a man, and your show nauseated me. However, I Googled your inappropriate sex topics, and at least they actually exist. I'll keep listening because my wife gave me oral pleasure after the show, and I am a superstitious guy that way. Richard in Secaucus, New Jersey.
That's great.
It's amazing. So maybe she was turned on. I actually wrote him back, but he didn't get back to me
Yeah.
about what was the blowjob because of the show. Like maybe she got turned on from Ashley Bad,
Yeah, maybe.
talking all about that lesbian crap and latex and oiling and
Yeah, maybe.
midgets inside of boxes and, all that stuff. So I would have been, super happy with it. Is Joe Diamond, if you're listening, type something that you can now hear me. Oh, wow, I see that phone number up there.
So explain Joe Diamond again. He wrote how many books? How many
Joe,
books?
a lot.
Okay.
He's an established author.
All right.
Very established. You can Google him and all that shit. He was a
Okay.
writer for Penthouse, for
All right.
Hustler, mostly adult orientated, I think. But this series is going to be about the strip clubs in New York City, or the main strip club in New York City, in the early 1990s when it started to take off.
Okay, I was going to ask why 1990s, because that's when it started to take off.
That's when it all started. And he actually sent me a copy of the script, which I read, and it's excellent.
All right.
It reads like a really good show.
All right.
And there's going to be a conference roundtable reading, which is kind of like an audition, but more like it's for the directors and producers to kind of hear it and then give direction on how they vision it. And then I guess the people that are reading are kind of auditioning at the same time too. But it's not an official audition. It's called a reading.
Okay.
And then so I'm in that reading.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Like, so you would be one of the actors?
There's 2 parts, possibly 3
Nice.
that I could be considered for, which is kind of cool. One of them is a radio disc jockey.
Nice. Which,
So-
yay.
Hey, it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Joe's the mastermind, and he has a partner, and sadly I can't remember his name. But they'll make all the decisions.
What would it run on? Like TV or?
I think that this would have to be, and Joe's gonna be on in a week or 2.
Okay.
But I think, if I had to guess, let me get my glasses. it would have to. I would guess like a Showtime, because I can't see there not being like nudity
Okay.
in this. I think that there would like have to be nudity.
Right.
I mean, strip clubs. It's New York City. It's going to be bad language
Well, The Sopranos kind of got away with a lot with.
on HBO.
Yeah.
It could be on HBO. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be like sex and stuff like that, I don't think. I mean, from what I read on the pilot, it's a legitimate show.
Okay.
It's legitimate. So
It's a show, right? Not a reality show. It's a show.
it's a show.
Okay.
Now, when I was in the strip club business, we were approached by Spike and a few other people, a few other different major stations to be on television. The problem is you can't film a reality show inside of a strip club because you're going to have to blur out everyone's face.
Right.
Which is what made Dennis Hoff pretty amazing, because he had that HBO show Cat House.
Right.
And some people showed their face on there.
A lot of
get-
people did.
a
I
lot,
saw
yeah.
it. I probably saw it like maybe 3 times, but everyone had their face shown, right?
People
No?
didn't care. And
Yeah.
I would care more there than I would at a club, personally. But
Right.
I guess, for each his own,
Yeah.
I would, if I was going to go to a whorehouse, that's where I would say, no, you can't film this.
Right.
Maybe I would film it with my phone for later enjoyment. But I wouldn't let someone else film it. Maybe I would let a girl film it. I got to be honest. Okay. I got through the last. Okay, so now this was a good one. Doctor. And I'm a licensed doctor.
Dr. Love.
Yeah. I have a driver's license, and I call myself doctor. So that makes me official. Questions for Sally and yourself. What kind of porn turns you on? Question 1. Question 2, do you prefer amateur or professional porn? I didn't even know there was a difference. Question 3, how long does it take for you to get yourself off on average? From Lucy in Fort Lauderdale.
That's a lot of questions there.
It is. So let's tackle it one by one. What kind of porn turns me on? Do you watch porn? I watch porn.
Yeah, I've seen porn.
Not like pornographic videos, but I
Yeah.
watch porn on my iPad.
Okay. Yeah.
And for me, like, there's topics and stuff.
Right.
I go to Aloha Tube, Hamster Porn, RedTube, Pornhub, whatever it might be. So they all have like topics. And you realize how many topics they have, right?
A lot.
It's a lot. Anything you type in there, something comes up.
Right.
I mean, you could type green alien shit and something would probably come up.
Probably.
So for me, it's like voyeur exhibitionism,
Okay.
if I'm saying that correctly. I know I can't spell it. And then I guess like MILF, maybe? I don't know.
Well, what was Ashley doing? Like, what's the places that she works? Like, where is she?
She is a BDSM
Yeah, because she had like rooms that like people were like, is that kind of?
dungeon stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch that. But I was reading something today, and it's funny you said that. I was reading something today that Republicans and Democrats each have different sexual.
Really?
Yeah. Each
Well,
have.
yeah, countries have like different.
I think I might even have it up here. They have different types of porn
Yeah.
that they each like.
Right.
Okay, so I might still have this up here. I don't know, but it was saying how Republican women like porn with big cock because they look at it as a power thing.
Okay.
Um,
And what about Democrats?
I'm not going to have it. Democrats were more submissive, is what they were saying. They like to watch submissive porn,
Okay. Yeah.
and Republicans
that's funny.
like to watch.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, the other type of porn. And they said that 80% of women like porn that involved tying up or hitting.
Oh, really?
Not serious hitting. I think it's spanking, actually, is what they said.
Okay.
So it gives you reason to know why 50 Shades of Grey sold like 35 million copies. I don't know how many copies it really sold, but,
Yeah.
subtract the 1 minus the 2, it's like 1 billion.
Right.
You know, and but for me, back to the question, I think voyeurism would be. I like to like look at stuff from the outside, and
Okay.
when people don't know that you're watching,
Yeah.
or they know you're watching, even.
Okay.
Okay, what do you watch?
Well, it's kind of funny because I don't know, like I just like porn. I don't know.
It doesn't do it for you.
No, and like it. I mean, it kind of. All right, but I understood their question how they wanted to know whether you wanted to do watch amateur or, what. Did they say professional? What did they say?
Professional or amateur? If I had to guess,
amateur is just like someone does like videoing their own stuff.
right. So I went on Aloha Tube, one
Okay.
of my sites,
All right.
and they have a section amateur. That's
right.
the word, amateur. You hit amateur,
Yeah.
and it's like kids in college
It's just
filming
regular
themselves fucking.
people. Yeah,
Right.
it's just regular people.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Some of it's scripted because they want to make it look like amateur, but some of it's really amateur, where it's filmed with like a phone,
all right.
and they upload it, and now they become,
Yeah.
superstars
Yeah. I don't know.
or whatever. So I don't really have a preference. I think I'd like both in
Yeah.
a certain way.
I guess it depends on the video.
Actually, I probably like amateur better. I don't like it scripted so much.
no, because
so
they have to
predictable.
be. Yeah, it's really predictable, and they have to be careful what they do, and it's you know.
If like Martin Scorsese or someone else was directing porn, it'd be so much better, where the story was actually believable. Like,
Right.
whoops, my top fell out, my boobs are out again. Like it's so fucking predictable. So that's why I think
Yeah.
I would like amateur stuff better, like the real deal stuff.
But it is funny when you're talking about like Democrats versus Republicans. I remember reading how countries were different and what
sure.
people liked. Like in America, the girl on girl was like almost top of the list.
Lesbian porn is number one in the United States.
And I swear, and like I'm really sorry if I get this wrong, but I almost 90% sure. I remember reading Italy. It was like mothers, like guys like loved porn with like their mothers. It was like the weirdest thing.
Yeah,
like in
MILF porn or mommy porn. It's up there.
Yeah, like it was. So it was like each country, it was completely different from one another, and that was I don't know. That was surprising to me. But yeah, in America, a lot of it is like girl on girl stuff, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's so much lesbian porn. That's what guys, they love lesbian
Yeah,
porn.
and I love women. But I love them like in like my friend kind of way. Like I'm a really good friend, and I'll love the crap out of you, but I'm not like attracted to women at all. So it's
Okay.
so it's kind of funny. In fact, like guys, like I don't even like pretty looking guys. Like like the Brad Pitt kind.
Right.
Like I like more like type. So like women are so far from that for me.
Well, BuzzFeed teamed up with Pornhub, and they took a look at who watched more porn, the
Okay.
Republicans or the Democrats. The blue versus the red.
Oh really? I bet it's
Yeah.
Republicans.
Okay. Pornhub's data team split the country into red and blue states based on the 2012 election, and then took the total number of pages viewed per state and divided that by population. They ended up with page views per capita, blah, 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 and Democrats came out on top, watching 13% more porn on average.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm wrong.
Interestingly, the state of Kansas leads the country in porn consumption.
Kansas?
Yes.
No shit. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kansas is number one. You want to guess who's last?
California. I don't know.
Arkansas.
Oh,
Arkansas. And where do we lie here in New York? New York.
I bet you're pretty high.
Oh, you know what? Because we're a blue state. Okay, well, that's just the red states. Kansas is number one.
Oh, all right.
194. But they still are number one overall.
I bet you were pretty high.
The blue states, we are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6. 148.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't know, like, I would just rather be with someone than watch it. I don't know.
Perhaps weirdest of all, Pornhub's data team discovered that if you use their data as a predictor of how states voted, it actually lined up exactly with the election
Oh, really?
as well, too. Yeah, amazingly enough. State for state, all 50, is there 50 states?
Yeah.
All 50 states came out the same. They could have called the 2012 election with 70% accuracy, which is impressive considering what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Huh.
So, yeah, I wanted to kind of show you that because I was reading about it earlier on BuzzFeed or on Huffington Post or whatever. But it was funny. And then they were talking about who's kinkier, Republicans or Democrats.
And what would kinkiness be based on?
Okay, are Republicans...
Like you're talking about like the whole smacking stuff and
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Almost half of Republican respondents admit making home movies featuring sex acts, while only 40% of independents and 38% of Democrats get their handy cams out when having sex. Even more Republicans rehearse their porn performances, with 67% engaging in role play during sex. So yeah, 75% of Republicans are reportedly use sex toys and some other things that are more kinkier than Democrats.
All right.
So, I mean, we know what we're doing here. Come on. So, yeah, I thought it was funny because we're so divided
Yeah.
as a country.
Right.
And then you see that and you're like, wow, it's not just I like Trump or I hate Trump. It's I like dildos, I don't like dildos. Or I like lesbian porn or I like to watch donkeys fuck circus animals or whatever the fuck. You know,
Right.
it really goes deep. There's a real divide here, sexually. Are you? No, we don't talk about politics. I didn't know what you were. Would you ever date someone of the opposite opinion of you?
I would have a really hard time with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just curious. A lot of
would.
women do.
Yeah.
I could care less.
I know. And there are a lot of things that I could care less about.
But politics are one of them. Look, I just got a text from Joe Diamond.
Oh, nice.
I still owe you for those coupons, for those Oxygen Retreat love coupons. Haha, looking good, Mike. So we can talk about Oxygen Retreat if you want to in a little while.
All right.
It kind of takes off into the Huff thing anyway. But so I think we answered that question pretty good. Oh, how long does it take to get yourself off on average? For me, it can be pretty quick.
Yeah, it could be quick.
I would say for me, on average, alone, not with a woman, obviously, 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's average, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see why it'd be longer.
Okay. So we did the best we could on that. Well, Lucy, if you want to call in. We'd love to hear your answers on that, too. And she didn't answer her own questions, which I don't really like, but we'll see how that goes. Number 9. Dr. Love, there is seriously something wrong with you, and I feel horrible for Sally, was my initial thought. Then I listened to the show again, only because my boyfriend thought it was hysterical. The show was funnier the second time, probably because I was a little more prepared. Probably because I was prepared a little better. I still think sex and feces do not mix well. Signed, the divided couple, Eve and Gary from Syosset. Also pretty close to here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So we're getting like a lot of just regular, like Long Island.
Yeah, these could be friends of mine disguising
towns.
their names, is
You
what
think?
I'm thinking. Yeah.
You
Or they don't
think?
want to put their real name on the show.
Yeah, maybe.
No one leaves a phone number or, anything
Right.
to get back to them.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I don't think that you. I mean, you brought up the topic because it's a different topic, but I don't think you were like, "Hey, I found this great way to have sex.
Holy fucking shit!
Like, let's put poo in thing." Like, I don't think that you were. Feeling
Yeah, I don't
that
do it.
way. You were just stating that this exists, and you were accurate. You weren't making stuff up.
no, this was
So,
all bona fide.
You weren't like, "Hey, this is
Bona
great
fide
news.
from Vinny and Jonna.
Everyone should do this." So I don't know why. I don't know why it would come down on you. You were just reporting
Yeah.
in a way.
I'm an investigative reporter,
You're an
Sally,
investigative reporter.
on sexual activity and
Yes.
sexual things.
Yeah, things are.
That's what we do here. We try and talk about things that aren't spoken about.
All right.
It's better
Is that
way.
it? Like, you like
Well-
just topics that aren't normally discussed. That's kind of because we're new at this.
And what's
you know?
in the news,
Right.
sexually,
Mhm.
is good.
Yeah.
And matchmaking. We have a matchmaker coming on in the next couple of weeks, too, which is going to be really cool. Antonia,
Yeah. What's
an
that
Italian matchmaker from Manhattan. She's really good and legit.
Okay.
Legit.
Meaning what? She really just
She's-
put people together?
She does this for a living.
Does she have like a database where she's like,
She has
oh,
a
I
database.
know you?
Yeah, she has a database, and anyone that from our show that wants to get put into her database gets put in there for free, which is like a $200 or $300 thing normally. It costs money to. It's not like Match.com or one of these sites where you pay like $29.99 a month, and it's real. Like there's things that go into it.
All right.
We had a dinner meeting, and it was informative.
Okay.
So
So what does she do differently?
it's based on so many questions.
All right.
It's like different from eHarmony, and it's got a lot to do with what the person actually wants. Have you ever been on a dating site?
No.
I have. Years ago, my sister had the idea for me to go on eHarmony
Okay.
because they've been trying to get me married for like 30 years because
Okay.
she wants cousins.
Right.
And I joined eHarmony for like a 3-month trial. And the questionnaire there is worse than getting a mortgage.
Yeah.
It's long. I mean,
Right.
it's not like 30 questions. It's hundreds of questions
Okay.
about you want to date a Pacific Islander, you want a Caucasian, like what everything that you can imagine. And then you answer like 1 through 5, I think it was.
Okay.
And, as to not so much, somewhat, average, very good, that type of
And those are the people that will pop up for you.
So then you answer all these questions.
Okay.
And they don't let you start to talk to people or interact with people till you're done with all the questions.
All right.
Some sites you can not fill that out and just kind of look at pictures and do your thing, like a Tinder or whatever. So I fill all this out, and I'm getting matched up with people that have nothing to do with me.
Really?
Nothing at all.
And
that
you answered completely honestly.
I did, and my sister encouraged me not to.
Oh. But you were like, no, what's the point? How many people contacted you?
At the time, I didn't want a family. And
oh, how long ago was this?
I would say
How old were you?
37, 38, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And at the time, I was like, it would say, how are you looking for a serious relation, 1 through 5? And I went in the middle, 3. You can't put 3 because no one wants to go out with someone that doesn't want to be serious.
Right.
All right, so then I moved to 5. Do you want to have kids in the future? Do you want a family? I put 2. You can't put 2, you got to put 5. No one's going to want to go out. And I'm like, yeah, but then I'm lying. And then I get in there. What if there's a girl that wanted no family?
I would have been honest because there are actually people that don't want to have kids. So
Yes. So-
why?
I listened to my sister, but not on the parts that were shallow.
Okay.
Like, do you want an athletic type body? Do you want, I'm pretty shallow in that arena.
You know what you like.
I like a good looking woman.
All right.
I do.
Well,
I do. I got big issues. But anyway, I'm honest about it. And I answered all the things. And there
Okay.
was nothing to do with anyone being overweight or whatever it might be, whatever their thing was. And I got people that didn't fit at all physically what I had asked for.
yeah, and
So
you're
I
like, why
called
am I
them.
wasting my time?
I called them and I was
Yeah.
like, listen, just deactivate my. It was like 2 or 3 weeks in. Just deactivate my account. I don't want the money back. Just tell me. I want to be done with it. And the guy's like, well, you're not doing it right.
what would he have suggested?
He said all the factors count, not just how someone looks. We count everything here at eHarmony.
All right.
But the looks, for me, when I meet someone, there's that undeniable attraction that you have physically, I think.
Right.
For me, anyway.
Right.
And you see them and you're like, that girl's beautiful. I
Yeah.
want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Or I want to ask her out, or
But-
whatever it might be.
But not everyone has the same taste, so it's not like you're being. I don't think you are being shallow because what you're attracted to doesn't mean someone else is attracted to that
right.
person.
Someone else might
know?
not find them attractive.
Right.
But I think generally speaking, I could be called shallow, if I'm being honest. Because there are certain women I wouldn't date because of things that they have or look like, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a mess.
Yeah, but like I
But-
said, like I don't really like if I had to choose between like a George Clooney or a Brad Pitt, like George Clooney most likely because he seems like a man to me, whereas Brad Pitt seems like a little boy.
Okay.
So like, but I probably most people would think Brad Pitt was the one. So I don't know.
They're both very good-looking men.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong either way, I don't
So
think.
you were given a handful of women who just were kind of not
Every
good-looking
girl
at
that
all.
they recommended I should write to, there wasn't one that came back that I was physically attracted to.
Yeah, and if you're not attracted to them, you're done.
Right. What,
Like,
what
what
do
are you
I do,
gonna
right?
do?
Like, hey, do you mind getting plastic surgery? Do you mind, some, but there wasn't even one that I would write to and be like, hey, you want to go have dinner or whatever. And then I did go on one date.
Did you?
I did. A girl wrote
Was
to
it
me.
a long date?
This girl, this is why online dating can be fucked up. This is why I think people need a real matchmaker, because Tinder and all the shit is messed up, unless you're just looking for quick hookups or whatever, I guess. But
Well, I'd like to ask her because, like, I remember reading one time that you can go on all those sites, but then when they actually statistically studied it, it was really like your best friend
We
or
should
your
just call her out
family
of the blue.
member who matched you up and they knew you the best. So if she really does a lot of research, I mean, that would be a lot better.
we should call her up out of the blue. I'm not sure I want to do that to her, though. But we have questions, legitimate ones. So I go on this date with the girl.
Yeah, okay, how'd it go?
We wrote back and forth a couple of times and then exchanged phone numbers. And the one thing I remember, she had a beautiful bull mastiff. I love dogs. She had an amazing bull mastiff. All the pictures were with her dog. And I thought, wow, this is a good-looking girl,
That's a
Real-
large dog.
real pretty. And in her profile, I work, I make money, blah, 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 blah. Well, we go to dinner and the whole thing changed from go. She was anorexic,
All right.
and that's putting it lightly. And the pictures were not like that.
Oh, really?
Her backbone was sticking out. She was
Yeah.
wearing like a belly shirt, and her backbone was coming out of the back. She was rail thin, like the microphone was her arms. Maybe even, I mean,
You save on dinner.
we were getting sushi, and it was a place in Queens that we met that had private door thing. You could sit and like put your feet down in the.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
So we go, and I'm like, well, I'm here. She recognizes me. I wanted to run, but you can't run at that point. So
Right.
we sit down, we have dinner, and before we even order drinks, she's telling me that her dog passed away. Her best friend died a couple of weeks ago, and she hasn't been doing well herself.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to say check, please, but we haven't even ordered.
Right.
So
And she really should have canceled dinner because she was not in a good frame of mind.
she was not in a good frame of mind.
Yeah, this is not the week that
But
she
she
wants to
wanted
meet someone.
she wanted to come out.
Yeah, but that's not your problem. Like she should have like been with her friends that week.
She wanted to come out. So I guess her friend died. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So I order very lightly, which is, if you know me, I order ridiculous amounts of food when I go out to dinner.
All right.
And I ordered I ordered like a roll, and
Yeah.
like a soup. And that's pretty much all she had, like a salad. She didn't eat a lot. She was like a bird.
Yeah.
We get done with dinner. She starts crying, talking, I'm sitting there listening to it. I want to get up, just go to the bathroom and leave, but
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Right.
So finally, like two hours and plus later, we get up from the table. I walk her to her car. I remember there was a garage, like a parking garage, outdoor parking garage in Queens,
Oh, okay.
that I put my car into because it was next to the restaurant. She parked blocks away because she didn't want to pay for parking.
Okay.
So I walk her to her car, and I take her hand and go to kiss her on the cheek goodnight, and she's like, grabs me and hugs me, like
Yeah.
I'm her long lost father or something,
Right.
And she's like, just kiss me. And I was like, it's too soon. We don't really
Yeah.
know each other, blah, 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 blah. She's crying more. And finally, I'm just like, it took me forever to get her in her car.
Yeah. What a mess.
It was such a mess. And then I walked back to my car, and that's the next day I called eHarmony. And I
Yeah,
said, just
like,
whatever
yeah.
I got to do to get rid of this.
Right.
The guy walked me through how to deactivate my account, and
Yeah.
it was bad. But Antonia should I just call her?
Yeah. If you give me your number, I'll call her.
Do you need the plug?
No.
Oh, we call on the main phone.
Yeah, and then you just hit
So Tucci, if you're listening,
write down her number and I'll call her.
I got to do work with numbers.
Yeah.
Carry the 1, pass the 2.
Do you think it was just eHarmony, like other sites? Like, frankly, like there's
My
a
friend
lot
Vinny
of
does very well on Match.com.
But does he do well in a long-term relationship, or
he's
he
a
goes
relationship
out
guy.
a lot?
No, he's a relationship guy.
Because I know,
And he met an amazing girl on there.
I know one friend who she was on, and she was a little overwhelmed at first. I think she got a lot of people contacting her, and then she just kind of got into a groove, and I think she had like 2 or 3 relationships, but it was always a little odd. And she was the only one I knew that went on it.
Have you ever been on any online dating? POF or anything?
No. Mm-mm.
All right, let me get this number. Here we go. I got it.
I mean, I just think like meeting people in the food store is probably, a pretty good place. Go to a place where you'd meet people you'd want to.
Girls that I've had
I'm interested
relationships
what
with.
she'll say.
Yeah.
Like, how does she? What kind of information does she take down that eHarmony doesn't? Like, if you had hundreds of questions, what does she do?
Right. I think it should go by looks, because I'm a shallow bastard. Yeah. No. This girl looks good. She goes with this guy. The generosity of women never ceases to amaze me. Like, a girl that I might date is usually a lot better looking than me. Obviously.
Yeah. Well,
Because I'm shallow. See, yeah, my cousin Antonia is the matchmaker. So, how do I patch her in on this thing? Telephone. I love surprises. Don't you love surprises? Hopefully we have long distance here. This is long distance. Although she lives in New York City, but her phone is long distance.
oh, you know what? I'm so glad you said that.
Why, you dialing 516 or
I
518?
was, and I'm seeing 8, and I just
518.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't working. All right.
I believe she's from like upstate New York, but she lives
yeah,
in Manhattan now.
518 is Albany, right?
Yeah, something like that.
used
When
to
I
live
grew up,
there.
I knew everyone's phone number by heart.
Yeah.
Now I don't even know my own. Barely.
It's ringing.
Oh, good. Do I hit this thing?
Have phone on and like up, the volume up, and
Telephone, yeah.
yeah.
I'm really learning how to use this board.
I know, it's fun, huh?
It is fun. It is fun.
She's not answering.
OMFG.
She's probably busy making matches.
Yeah.
I wanted to call her, but she's going to be on the show anyway.
Right.
So hopefully she's going to be the official matchmaker for the Dr. Love Show.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And our listeners and guests maybe could use her to get matched.
Did you answer all her questions?
I didn't
when you
answer
went out to
any of
dinner?
them. No,
So you don't know what it's like?
I have no
All right.
idea.
All right.
I have no idea. I just know it's super comprehensive, and there's a science to it with her.
All right.
I didn't want to get in too much because I like to work spontaneously.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of want all these questions to be fresh for me too,
Yeah.
like you. So
I had I think it was a sociology class, and they did this study. It was in a high school, and they came in and they went to all the seniors and they said, all right, everyone fills out a survey, and anyone who wants to participate, and it was all these questions, question after question after question, about who in this class you may not even know.
this
like
was sociology.
sociology. Well, no, they did this study in this high school, but it was a sociology class that I read this study about. And
Sally is a college-educated woman.
and so, but it's really funny because they filled their hearts out. They like, oh, I love this, I love that. And then the researchers said, for all of you, we found the perfect person for you. And they matched them up. And they ended up dating, like most of them, a lot, like it was something that the rate of staying together was remarkable for seniors. Like 3 months is a really long time when you're a senior. A lot of them stayed together for a really long time, and then the study owed up that they never read any of the research. all they did was make sure that the man was taller than the woman. That's it. And a lot of them stayed together. You know, it was like a 70% stay rate for high
Our
school.
divorce rate is now above 50%.
Yeah, but it was crazy. So I'm curious, like, what she finds out, because it really is kind of a tricky thing. You know, you don't know what annoys you. You can't put down. You might say, "Oh, I love to go to the beach," but do you really?
Everyone says that.
Do you want to go to the beach
That's
with the
one thing
person
I
who
remember.
said they want to go to the beach? I don't want to go to the beach with that person. You know?
Everyone has photos of themselves at the beach, skydiving, snorkeling, petting a dolphin. It's so fucking
Fake.
fake that
Fake.
it's like the show The Bachelor, where you have
Yeah.
dinner in New Zealand on a mountain and then you come back and, well, this guy lives in fucking Wyoming and I'm from New York. How's this going to work?
It's like professional porn. That's what it is.
Yes. So, but I remember
want
that. And I don't
amateur
have pictures
porn.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
because
have
who
pictures
would?
of me at the beach, but not really that I'm going to put there.
Right.
You know, like, I don't even know. It was so scripted,
Right.
I guess is the word that I'm looking for. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but then if you don't do all the scripted stuff, then no one, you know, asks you out. So it's like I
Right,
don't
that's
know.
why no one
They-
asked me out.
They need like a site for just, you know, real normal. I hate going to the beach because sand annoys me. Like those people, you know.
I was having a discussion the other day about politics with somebody, and I'm not a big politic person, but I said I wish that when they're all debating, I wish the debates
Sure.
were held where you couldn't see who the candidate was, and you didn't know if they were Republican or Democrat,
Oh yeah.
and their voice was disguised,
Wow, that's smart.
like The Voice, the show.
Yeah. That's
that
actually a
should be-
really good
Yeah,
idea.
that should be how we choose who's going to run the country.
Yeah.
And also who we're going to take to dinner and stuff too, maybe.
Maybe. Well, not
know.
for you because
No,
you
I'm shallow.
You want
Like I would
someone
show
to
up
look
and they
a
would
certain way.
exactly.
So that wouldn't work out for you either.
It wouldn't,
You'd end up going to dinner with a dude.
because I want to have a lot of sex with the people I date.
You do or don't.
I do
Okay.
all the time.
So
I have to be attracted to them for that.
yeah, right.
you know?
Yeah.
But okay, we got off topic a little bit. So then, number 10 was kind of a short email, but are you a nympho? Who talks about stuff like this? You're going to hell. God bless you, Lily from Utica, New York.
Oh, Utica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know where that is.
They're not happy in Utica. Utica is it's really close to
Buffalo?
Albany.
Oh,
Albany.
where's Albany? By Buffalo?
It's lower, yeah. So Utica has the lowest sunshine in America.
Less than Seattle?
Yeah, Utica gets averagely from the Farmer's Almanac 3 days of sunshine a year.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's like the armpit of upstate New York. Yeah, it's a rough place, man.
I can't live
dreary.
like that.
Yeah, and Albany's close, but they get sunshine. Yeah.
How far is? Oh, so it's like 3 or 4 hours? Like
No, it's not far at all from Albany. It's pretty
no,
close.
I mean how far is Albany from here?
Oh, well, probably 3.5 hours tops.
Okay, that's not so
If you
bad.
drive really fast, 2.5, 3, depends.
2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
I drove a lot faster when I was a kid.
Dr. Love's Sex in the News.
Ooh, 1 hour over.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Time goes fast. Shit, I got a lot to get to. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
I'm falling behind.
All right.
So, Dennis Hoff.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know who Dennis Hoff was, he was the creator of. Oh, not the creator. I'm sorry. He was the owner of the Bunny Ranch and like 5 or 6 other brothels in various cities in Nevada.
Okay.
Now, for those of you that don't know, sex is not legal in Las Vegas, but it is legal in certain counties on the outskirts.
Yeah, like they vote on it or something. So one county will have it and one county won't.
You got to have a license. You have to have a permit for prostitution. The girls have to have permits to work. You have to have alcohol. But it is legal out in Nevada in certain areas. Carson City, like right outside of Carson City and stuff like that.
And is Nevada the only state that still does that?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. Did you know him personally?
I didn't know him personally, but Joe did,
Okay.
which is why Joe should call in. Joe actually got invited to I think he got invited to the birthday party where he died at.
He didn't die at his birthday party, right?
He died sleeping.
Yeah, he was what? He was 72.
72.
Yeah, I found this interesting. He was born October 12th, and then he died like October 19th. Like
October 13th.
Okay. Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
the very next day?
Yeah.
And he just like,
It was his birthday party.
yeah.
He was partying, he went to sleep, and he died in his sleep.
Okay.
So,
But he had a really nice time. Like it wasn't like a horrible birthday, and
No,
he just died
I mean,
nicely in his sleep. That's
there
kind of
was-
nice.
a sheriff was there, a politician was, all the girls were there. I'm sure he had a great party.
Okay.
Dennis Hoff died Tuesday. He was 72 at his birthday party. He was a candidate for the state assembly in a district of southern Nevada, a Republican candidate. He was found at the Love Ranch in Crystal, which I'm assuming Crystal is a city
Okay.
in Nevada,
All right.
by Ron Jeremy, the porn star.
Oh yeah, who is he?
He's
I
the
don't
guy,
know him, but I
really
recognize the
creepy
name.
looking dude. I've met I've met a couple of times.
Okay.
He was nice to me, but from what I hear, he's super creepy. He was okay with me though.
All right.
He went to wake him for a meeting, and he found him dead.
Okay.
He was HBO reality show at the Bunny Ranch, which is also near Carson City, Nevada. He had his own HBO series from I think like 2006 until last year when HBO decided they weren't going to have any more pornography on their station.
Yeah, because everyone just has porn now. Like, you know,
You
I
can get
think
it
it
anywhere.
was like a really big deal back
I thought
then.
the show was good.
Yeah,
you know.
like I said, I saw it a few times. I also did it say that he was involved with Heidi.
Heidi Fleiss.
Yeah, for like
They
a
were
really
a
long
thing
time.
together. Yeah, she was a pimp.
Yeah.
He was a pimp. They were together. He was on the Howard Stern show a lot.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm a big fan of that show, obviously. And he had a Grandpa Get Laid contest on the show. So grandchildren brought their grandparents in to try and get them laid.
Laid or in a relationship?
Laid at
Oh,
the
okay.
Bunny Ranch.
All right.
It was sponsored
Oh,
by
really?
Dennis Hoff. He came in with some of the girls.
Men and women or just grandpas?
just grandpas.
Okay.
So I think they had 3 or 4 grandpas on. And the guy that won, Dennis Hoff, was in such a good mood that he flew all the other guys out and offered them free time at the Bunny Ranch as well. Now, I'm sure being on Howard Stern, which I have a story about myself with that, how much business it actually gets you,
Okay.
it's worth doing anything you want for free on Howard Stern because you're going to get 1 million hits on your website
Yeah.
in hours.
Yeah, I
So, I mean, it'd be fine. So the ironic thing is the grandfather who won the contest went to a casino steakhouse the night he was supposed to go and have sex
Okay.
with the prostitute.
Okay.
And he had a heart attack and died at the restaurant
Yeah.
and never got to go.
So sad.
And what Dennis Hoff did was he gave the grandson a free trip there, and the grandson took him up on it.
Okay.
So, I guess that's the kind of guy he was. He seemed okay. But we're going to get the stuff that's going to make him not seem okay in a little while as well. Lamar Odom. You know Lamar Odom? He
No.
was the basketball player for the Lakers, and I think he might play even on the Knicks for a while. He collapsed at the Bunny Ranch,
Oh, really?
the basketball player. At the time, he was in a breakup with one of the Kardashians. I
Okay.
can't remember which one.
All right.
But he was dating one of the Kardashians. They've dated almost the entire NBA. And he collapsed there and almost died. Heidi Fleiss was interviewed about the death on TMZ. And she said that his eating habits are to blame, that he had a huge sweet tooth. He would eat 8 to 12 fudgicles per day.
Well, he's 72.
And he
I
could
mean,
barely walk now, she said, from all the bad eating habits. But she did say that they were supposed to go to like a dietary ranch together and get healthy, and he would eat like a healthy dinner but have 5 popsicles after dinner. Or
Yeah.
fudgicles, not popsicles.
All right. Yeah.
So I guess the dude was into chocolate
Yeah.
or whatever. That's an absorbent amount of fudgicles. I mean,
Yes.
I couldn't do it
Every day.
every day.
Yeah.
And his eating habits weren't great, she said. So
But Heidi's pretty thin. You know, she's probably stricter than most people.
I would say so.
And 72. You know, if you want more popsicles.
I don't think that's old enough to die, though. These
Really?
days.
A lot
Yeah.
of people they die.
I want to
in
be
their
like
70s.
88.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm tired now.
Really? Not me. I want to go more.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing like another, you know.
Yeah. And
50
here's
something years.
so now the Love Ranch was closed down because no one else
really?
is legally permitted to run it. The Love Ranch had its prostitution and liquor license stripped by
Why?
the sheriff's office because Dennis's name was the only one on the paperwork.
Uh,
Also, the sheriffs revoked the girls' licenses to legally prostitute themselves. So all the girls that were working there,
Wow, they're out of work.
they're out of work,
Hmm.
back on the streets or on the sand, depending on
Yeah.
what part of Nevada
Nevada.
you're in, and or maybe they just go to another whorehouse and work there. There's like 15 or 20
Well,
of
the
them
show
out there.
ended a while ago, so it probably wasn't that big of a deal, right?
Well, have you been to Vegas?
Yeah, I used to live in California, so I went a few times.
Okay.
It's not that far.
When you're in Vegas as a guy, all you do is get solicited by these ranches that will give you a free ride,
Oh,
free
really?
limo service to and from, and blah,
Really?
blah, blah. Yeah.
Wow.
So they'll pick you up and take you and bring you back. And it's expensive, though. It's not cheap to be in there. I've never personally gone, but I know guys that have.
Yeah.
And there's no pricing on the internet. Each of these girls is an independent contractor. And when you close the door to the room, that's when the negotiation begins.
Ah, so
And-
you already spent the trip going there.
Yes, so you're going to feel like
Yeah.
something has to happen.
Right.
So it could be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, depending on the
Wow.
girl you're with. Each girl has their own price.
Yeah.
So, it's not cheap. That's for sure.
No.
And I would feel guilty taking a free limo and then not doing something.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money just
It's a
to
lot of
have
money.
sex with
When-
someone you don't even know.
Because if you're at a bar in Las Vegas and in a casino, there's going to be hookers all around the bar anyway. The
Right.
problem is you don't want to get like a prostitution charge or busted or you know what I mean. You don't know who's an undercover cop, so they offer some safety, sanctuary, and a pretty nice buffet of different women. I'm sure when you get there, they
Okay.
probably have on a Friday night, 10, 15, 20. Who knows how many girls?
Wouldn't it
there.
be funny the same like women that were on eHarmony for you? You're like, no.
Yeah, I'd show up. Be like, no, no, no. But I feel kind of bad that his place is just going to get closed down.
It's gonna be.
You know,
yeah, because you know what? No one's gonna run it like he did.
No, there'll have to be someone that
Was he healthy up until that moment?
I think so. I think
Okay.
I don't think there was any reported doctor problems.
Yeah.
Since Huff decided to run for state assembly, the sheriffs have been trying to shut down the Love Ranch anyway.
I wonder why he ran. Why would he? What was
Do you
he
want to know why?
Why was he upset enough to run? Because to get into
I read
politics,
about this too.
you have to be really annoyed.
He ran. You might not like this.
Okay.
He ran because he said that Donald Trump paved the way, and once he saw him win, he believed he could do anything, and he won the primary.
Okay.
in
So
this-
he just always wanted to be in politics. Then it's not like they made
I-
a law that he wanted to fight or.
No, well, they were trying to legalize prostitution statewide at one point,
Okay.
and he was all for it because he said he would love to be near the casinos.
Yeah.
He would open up
Right.
a
How
huge.
far away is he?
It's a couple hours,
Oh yeah.
an hour and a half, 2 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
From the actual Las Vegas center.
Yeah.
But he was one of the guys that said, I would love to build a huge bunny ranch right in the center of Las Vegas. And that's when they nixed the idea that we're not going to make it statewide. You got to stay where you're at.
Yeah. Because Vegas used to be pretty seedy, and then I don't know, probably 15 years ago, they really tried to make it more family oriented, and a lot of the hotels went up that were, they would have like shows that, I think they were going in a different direction.
Yeah, like when they opened up even Excalibur, it has like a video game room for kids.
Right,
a huge
exactly.
one where they can go and, it's definitely
I saw David Cassidy there,
definitely more family orientated. But at night,
Yeah.
the strip is the strip, and there's really prostitutes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's legal the way that they run it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? The city, that is. I'm sure you don't hear of a lot of prostitution charges in
Right.
Nevada.
Right.
So they say that the brothel's future looks bleak. It cannot reopen until someone else gets the licenses, prove that they now own the property, prove it can now be financially stable, plus pass all the appropriate background checks. It isn't clear who will inherit the property. So depending on who he left it to, I don't know what's going on with his will.
I wonder if he did though. He probably I don't know him, but someone who runs something like that, their ego is just so
That's
large
why his was the only name on it. That's the problem.
that he probably didn't trust anyone, and he probably didn't think he'd ever die.
I think it's going to be Heidi Fleiss. If he doesn't have children or close relatives that I don't know about, to me the most logical sense would be he was close with her. They were really good friends.
I feel like he didn't have a will. I bet he didn't
He
even
might
do
not have.
that. I bet he didn't even
He might
bother to
not
do that. Like whoever does it has to start from scratch.
Well, the land, if there's no will,
Goes to the state.
Goes to the state.
I don't
And
know
then-
him, but I just feel like someone like that would not think who's going to take over for me because it's just unfathomable that someone would take over for him. You know, he'd be all, no one can do it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I see that in a guy like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But Heidi always struck me as a pretty smart woman.
Yeah, the good news is that Hop's other whorehouse, the Bunny Ranch, is still operating.
Oh, okay.
I called them today.
Well, how is that? Just because someone else was on the lease?
I
or-
guess that the name of the liquor license and the name of the prostitution license is in more than his name. So that's good. But we are hearing that the DA is exploring shutting that one down as well. And there's a lot of conflicting feelings about his death from the workers. A lot of the workers say that he was sexually and mentally and verbally abusive. And other girls say that he saved my life, he took me off the streets, he got me off drugs, blah, 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 blah. He taught me business, I make money here,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So
All right.
it's really conflicting, though. And some of the girls that don't like him say the business will be much better now with him not around and blah, 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 blah. And a lot of the other owners kind of feel that way because he drew too much attention.
Okay.
But that probably made him a lot of business.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know,
It's a different type of person who can pull off a place like that.
sometimes
For
you don't
as
want to be
long
famous.
as he did.
Right.
Through like HBO. I mean, was it HBO that he was on? What was he
HBO.
on? I mean,
That's a major network.
yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean, the show isn't for everyone, but he pulled it off for many, many years.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah.
It was different. I enjoyed it. It was innovative. Before reality TV, this was stuff that was real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's real reality TV. And you're looking through the binocular of a real prostitute and a
Right.
real John.
Right. And that was like the thing that I kind of liked about the show. Like, it wasn't like the guys that would go in there just went in and
Fucked.
had sex.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they were uncomfortable. They were shy sometimes.
They call those virgins. Guys that have
Yeah.
never used a brothel before.
Yeah.
They call them
So,
virgins.
it was kind of, in a weird way, it was a little sweet, And you could tell that which girls had worked there for a long time. They're like, oh, it's going to be like this. And she'd help them out. It was an all right show for what it was. you
I
know?
liked it. I thought it was really good.
So Joe Diamond knows him.
Yeah, we should call Joe. Fuck it. He told me not to, but I don't care. I'm going to give out his number over the air because everyone could call him. I'm just kidding. Don't worry, Joe. Let me see, Joe Diamond.
Is he always just a writer, a researcher, or?
There's two numbers here. Joe, his story is unbelievable. Joe and I came together. I have another. Remind me to tell you about the Virgin Auctions. Joe and I came together when I owned a business in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, that's where you met him.
That's where I met him. He came to my bunny ranch.
Your bunny ranch.
Should I sing?
Hey, Joe, it's Sally from the Dr. Love Show.
Is he live? Or are you leaving a message?
Oh, he's watching us right now.
Oh.
Is it okay if we put you on the air?
Thank God, Joe. You have questions. Why-
Yeah, hold on. He just wants to speak with you for a second off air.
Why give him the option?
I don't know. He sounded nice.
Joe. We just have a couple of questions. That's the problem. About Hoff. Don't worry, we won't bring up the show too much. But you got invited to his party, right? That's the big deal. Patch him in.
Okay. Snap you.
Sorry, guys. We're so professional. Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So lower the radio in the background because we're on a
Yeah. Wait, am I on live now?
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
All right, Joe.
Yes.
So me and Joe were talking about Dennis Hoff like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
When Joe
Yeah,
called me and
it's
said,
big
"Oh,
news.
you should do it's big news. You should do a segment to him on your show in the news." And then I was like, "Yeah." I was at the time actually putting stuff together, and you were invited to his birthday party.
Yeah. But I didn't get the red carpet treatment. Like another friend of mine, he was invited 2 years ago. They actually flew him out there and they put him up and red carpet treatment. I just got an invitation. It was like, hey, fly out here, find accommodations and you can come to the party. So if I knew it was going to be the last hurrah for Dennis Hoff, then I would have been more motivated.
Yeah, that would have been the way to go. It would have been like,
Oh, that would have been
an
historic.
epic evening.
Yeah. It's like being at Hugh Hefner's last, Playboy soiree or whatever.
Right. Now let me just give you a little bit of props. Joe Diamond, for those of you that don't know, is a
Which
writer.
is everybody.
People know you, Joe. Don't sell yourself short. How many books have you written?
Well, I've written a shit. Can I say shitload on your show?
Curse whatever you want to do.
I've written a ton of magazine articles. Really, just one main book.
Which is called?
It's got a lovely family-oriented title, Around the World in 80 Lays.
Around the World in 80 Lays. An epic novel. I've read it. It's very
Yes.
good. And you've written multiple articles for Hustler and Penthouse, and you do work with Rick's and
Yeah,
like I
said,
really,
all the good family establishments and magazines.
and
absolutely.
you also won a writing award. No?
Yeah, we're not talking Pulitzer prizes or anything.
No, but it was a major award.
Well, your memory's better than mine. I don't remember any. Are we talking about high school now?
No. We're talking about the award that you won. I think from the opening line of the article in Hustler.
Okay. Well, I'm drawing a blank. I'll have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a good award, Joe.
It's because I'm so it's just because I'm so modest that
you should brag
always
about
block
it. You're about
out.
to have
Yeah,
a hit series.
I always block these things out because it's my natural humility.
Yeah, he's an excellent writer. You should read his stuff. Around the World in 80 Lays. It's a book about, I guess you call them whoremongers, Joe?
Well, yeah, or mongers. They refer to themselves as mongers. It's basically a subculture of guys from America and other first world countries who go sex touristing around the world. And I kind of studied that subculture for a few years, and I also took a lot of vacations for research and participated in the legal trade in those in countries where it's legal. And yeah, I wrote a book about it.
And where would you say was your number one favorite place to go to get laid?
Well, so my favorite place on earth is Brazil, is Rio de Janeiro,
Okay.
and it almost doesn't need explaining. It's the place that it's what everybody imagines it to be. But I also had a great time in other places, especially the Dominican Republic, where I befriended you.
Yeah. Can you hear this, Sally, or you can't hear it? Oh, okay. So Joe and I met in the Dominican Republic. Joe wrote me three. Joe,
You can hear me now, right?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay,
yeah. Joe sent me. You either sent me an email or called. I can't really remember.
Yeah, it was one of the. I probably sent an email initially. And then
Yeah, it was like 2006.
Yeah.
Joe sent me an email, and at the time I got a lot of emails. Now I'm like coming out right now. A lot of people don't know this about me, Joe, because I keep it secret. But I had a kind of a bunny ranch in the Dominican Republic. It was called Oxygen Retreat.
And Joe found you, like he knew about the retreat and found you, or did you know him before this?
Joe, no, I didn't know Joe before it. Did you hear me on the radio? There was a guy that used to run the Howard Stern show on Fridays, and I cannot remember his name, but I was on his show, and
I don't know. I don't think I heard. I don't think I heard you on the air. I think I was just I was doing research online and I was looking up adult resorts, and your place came up very prominently. There was a bunch of good reviews of it, and in some of these mongering sites there were people posted reviews and. Well, what do they call it? Not travel reports, field reports.
Right.
And they gave Oxygen really good write-ups. So I'm like, this would be an interesting place to write about. So let me see if I can, get in touch with the maestros, with the guys who run the show there, and that's how I found you.
On my website was a phone number. It was
it was an 800 number. Yeah.
888-96-OXYGEN was my phone number. It was 69 backwards. 888-96-OXYGEN. And that actually went directly to my cell phone in the Dominican Republic. So anyone that called would speak to me. That's how I wanted it, primarily because when you're an American making a trip like that, you want to speak to another American to make sure it's legitimate.
Right.
Otherwise, you're some Spanish guy or a Spanish girl's answering the phone that doesn't speak English, and it became all fucked up.
And
so
it's a
Joe,
lot of money too, right?
It wasn't priced as bad as you might think. We'll get into that another time. But it was, anywhere from $2,000 and up for a full weekend. The $2,000 included 2 nights lodging, all your food and beverage, and 6 hookers. So not too bad.
And really good barbecue also, and nice cocktails and nice setting, tiki torches. And the villa. Actually, the villas were so right. You had these like mansions for the guests that were just gorgeous.
Yeah, we had villas with
Mind-blowing,
jacuzzis and
opulent,
movie theaters and standing like you can shower with 10 people in them, and pretty amazing stuff.
But Mike was like the Dennis Hoff of the tropics, or the Hugh Hefner of the tropics.
I appreciate that.
There
At
you
one
are.
point I was. And so Joe came for a vacation to write about it for Hustler magazine.
Nice.
And took pictures, and it was super professional, and you had a good time, right, Joe?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We gave Joe the full customer experience.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think he was there for a full day before we even announced where he was from, so he would really get to kind of be a little undercover. No special treatment, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
just another face in the
just
crowd.
another face in the crowd.
Yes.
And it was pretty awesome. He wrote an amazing article. And the benefits of that article were a lot of money to the resort.
Oh, sure.
Like, I mean, he really put us on the map because Hustler is a legitimate news source. So, seeing our ad in there.
How long did you have the resort before he came and did the article?
Probably 6 to 8 months. Yeah, it wasn't long. We got popular pretty quickly. And Joe, you got a pussy in the background?
I was just gonna say, don't mind the pussy in the background, but yeah.
But when Joe came, it was right around the time. You know what, Joe? Yeah, we went. The reason I got on the Howard Stern sub show that's on Fridays. Howard doesn't work on Fridays. Someone else was hosting the show.
Okay.
I cannot remember his name right now. But the reason I got on it was because of the Hustler article.
Okay.
They found the Hustler article. Then the producer called me and said, listen, we want to have you on. This is super interesting, blah, 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 blah. And I said, listen, I have to be in New York every 3 months anyway because I have to leave the country. Give me a date. I want to see you face to face. I don't want to do this over the phone because I don't want to be, made fun of, or I wanted to, look in the eyes.
Was it Crazy Cabby? Was that the
It wasn't
DJ?
Cabby. It was a real guy. I can't believe I can't remember his name, but I'll get the name. And just from being on that channel, our website normally got 1,200 hits a day, which wasn't bad for a website at that time. 1,200 hits was pretty good, and out of that, you figure you got 1% bookings, which was 12 bookings a day, which isn't bad. During that show, we spiked to like 50-something thousand hits on the website in like under an hour. It like shut down the website. Like my webmaster was like, "You're getting too much traffic. It's gonna crash."
Right.
And we ended up getting, 120,000 hits by the end of the day, and over 1 million within a week.
Wow.
From that show. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. So the two things that boosted us and put us really on the map were the article that Joe wrote and the the interview that we had on the Howard Stern station, not on the Howard Stern show.
Was it a hotel? Like how many rooms?
We had 19 rooms for guests
Okay.
and about 30-something rooms that the girls lived in. It was a hotel prior to us taking it over, but it was such a perfect setting. It was about 4 acres, and there was 5 or 6 different buildings. So what we did was we took the main building, which was like 30 rooms when we bought it, and turned it into like 12. We broke down walls and made the rooms big with, TV sitting areas. We made it very luxurious because we knew we couldn't handle 30, 40 guys at a time.
Yeah, you didn't want volume. You just wanted
No,
like,
quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sold out for a weekend, we'd be in the neighborhood of $70,000, $80,000 in, between what we would be bringing in.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy money, yeah. And my 2 senior partners got in a big fight. One of them ended up dying there. I know you know that, Joe. And then I had gotten out before all the chaos.
How many partners did you have altogether?
3. It was 3 of
Okay,
us.
just the 3 of you.
But I essentially built and ran everything.
Okay.
They were the money behind everything in the beginning. They wanted to buy a strip club. They came to me to buy a strip club. I was doing a lot of consulting for strip clubs. And they didn't have enough money for what they wanted as far as a strip club went. But they had enough money to do this because it was in another country.
What made you think to go to that country?
We explored Colombia. We explored everywhere, even Brazil. I didn't go to Brazil, but Robert went to Brazil. And we found that the government and the women and the people were more accepting of everything, even though there's such a gray area with prostitution over there, right, Joe, in the Dominican Republic?
Yes.
Because nobody gets busted for it.
Okay.
But if you don't pay the right people, you can get shut down and put in jail.
All right. But
And
you
you-
made
you know,
enough money.
this is the tropics, yes.
Yeah,
This
and
is
you
the-
don't want to
the
really be
third world.
bringing women from outside the country because that's trafficking.
Okay.
So everything gets really, really complicated when all is said and done. And but Joe came, wrote, and we were in his book Around the World in 80 Days. I think we were chapter
Whole chapter,
14.
yeah.
A whole chapter was on it. And so that's how Joe and I met. And Joe has been, you've been to the AVN Award, all the like porn awards and all that stuff, right?
Yes. I'm very, very proud of my explorations
Yeah,
of the
he has an
adult
amazing
industry.
dossier of sex, being in the sex industry. Really amazing. One of the top people in the world. He called me a sexpert.
Wow.
He's one of my endorsers. So we both have pretty good knowledge of people in the industry and what the industry is about. And,
And we're both, initially, we were just 2 nice Jewish boys from New York. That's the great thing about us.
yeah. But I mean, we kept our noses clean. There wasn't drugs. There wasn't,
Absolutely.
stuff like that can really throw you off.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up. But Joe, you kept clean, right?
Yeah.
Are
I mean,
from
it's
Long
good.
Island, or where's he from?
As clean as I could.
Brooklyn.
Well, yeah.
He's from
I
Brooklyn.
mean, I always, when you're in these, when you go to these red light districts around the world, there's a fine line between, like you said, the legal and the illegal zones. So I made sure I always stayed on the right side of the line.
What's the scariest thing that ever happened to you on your travels? Like, were you close to ever getting arrested or kidnapped or?
I've had friends that travel with me that they got beat up a few times in Rio, and one of my friends got
Rio's bad, man.
he took 2 girls back to his hotel and they drugged him. They knocked him out and they stole his stuff. The worst thing that ever happened to me, I never got. Oh, actually, well, okay. So I was in this nightclub in Rio where all the Americans went and all the working girls hung out. And
What was the name of the club? Do you
it's
remember?
called Help Discotheque.
Is it still open, you
Discotheque.
think? Or?
No, they shut this place down about 10 years ago, and they built some big museum in Rio to replace it.
Probably because the
Rio-
Olympics were coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rio was trying to go family friendly at the time and clean up the red light district. But the scariest thing that happened to me, so I was in this disco one night, and this beautiful Brazilian woman, a professional, she approached me and we were talking, and I just had she was gorgeous and she was incredibly sexy, but I had this weird feeling about her, and she's propositioning me, and I'm like, tell me more, and she's like, yeah, well, why don't we go back first to to my place and we'll smoke weed. And I'm not even really a weed smoker, but that wasn't the big thing. But she was like, yeah, let's go back. We'll go back with my friends. And she was there with like two guys who I guess two Brazilian guys who were just sort of dancing around her. And as soon as she said that, I was, I felt like somebody was walking on my grave. You know that expression? And I just thought, I got just this incredible chill going down my back. And I thought, this is the most potentially dangerous situation I've ever been in all my trips to Brazil. And I quickly sort of like backed away from her. I just kind of said, I'm sorry, I got to go. And I just, I had this incredible feeling of danger from her and the guys that were hanging around her. And I'd never felt that before.
And I was kidnapped twice.
Oh,
Yeah, once when we were building the resort, they took us. Well, put us in a car for a couple of blocks.
You and your two partners?
No, they weren't there. I was with a buddy of mine that I was in the military with when it happened. It's a long story. But some people broke in. We weren't open, robbed us, opened the safe, blah, 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 blah. And then in Colombia, I got robbed in the hotel room. But, the security guards tell people, I saw the guy come in. He had a Rolex. Here's the code. They all work together there to try and rip you off. That's the game. You got to realize, like, a $20,000 watch over there is like 3 years of work. They don't make a lot of money, $400 or $500 a month. That's it. At that time, I don't know what it is now, but so Joe,
yes.
We got to talk about the show in a couple of weeks. What's let's get you on here in like 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
I think it would be good.
Sounds good to me. So you guys are going strong. How much longer is tonight's episode?
We finish at 10.
Oh.
Then I got to get out of here. I got some shit to do. I don't have anything to do.
People to see, places to go.
Yeah, I got to go home. But we got like another half hour or so, and I got to talk about something that you're going to really like, Joe.
Okay.
Virgin auctions. It's happening everywhere now.
Ooh, wow, that's interesting.
It's interesting. Wait till you hear the prices these things are going for. But hey, buddy, we'll talk tomorrow or something, and then we'll get you set up to either come in studio or we'll do another call-in episode.
Sounds good, Mike.
All right, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Sally, I feel bad you had to stand there with your arm up the whole time. We need technology in this place.
I think,
So, Joe Diamond. Everybody. Guy helped me make money. Like people like that.
yeah, I think the next time we can, I think, didn't the first week I kind of built this stair thing that held the microphone up there?
Yeah.
Or the headphones up there,
Yeah.
and I forgot. So,
Yeah.
Let's do that from now on, because I think it makes a difference when
Yeah, I
people
like
can
to have
hear
you
the
on camera,
callers.
too. So, as I was telling you, it's not really a new fad, but it's starting to really pick up steam. Virgins all over the world are auctioning their virginity off.
Really?
Yes.
All right. And you think it's weird, kind of like how I don't know, people will buy other people's used underwear, like it's one of those things.
I don't think it's weird. I think that if a woman wants to do it for the right amount of money, it's her body, it's her choice.
How much?
Okay. Now here's the problem. In Russia, it could go from anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 US. They got a ruble over there. It's a lot of rubles, but when you break it down to the American money, it's like $3,000 or $4,000.
Okay.
Plus a very fancy hotel. The ones that I found interesting was a 19-year-old U.S. model has sold her virginity to an Abu Dhabi-based businessman for nearly $3.9 million
Wow.
on a controversial auction website.
Okay.
$3.9 million to lose your virginity. The name of the escort company, which I tried to get in touch with but couldn't, is called Cinderella Escorts. It's a German-based website which encourages young women to auction their virginity to wealthy older men. Says the winning bid of 2.5 million euro, 3.87 million, beat an offer of US 2.4 million, euro 2.4 million, 3.16 million American from a Hollywood actor, and a US $1.8 million euro 2.37 million American from a Russian politician.
So, do other countries have laws against prostitution the way we do here? Like, 'cause
It's not
it's
prostitution.
prostitution, right?
This
Just
isn't.
legally. How? Like how?
She's
is it-
cute, right?
Yes.
Yeah, super cute. So she,
How is it not? I'm just. Really
I
asking.
guess, it's an auction for your virginity.
But
I don't know. I guess it is
isn't
kind of
though?
prostitution.
Like it is, because you're selling your body for
You are.
money.
You get to have
so-
sex with me for 3.9 million, but
But you can go to jail too.
see, that's the fine line between like an escort agency and something that the Bunny Ranch does. There's a lot of escort agencies that run legal, and you get an escort for dinner, and it costs you whatever $5,000, but you are going to have sex at the end of that date.
Okay.
They say it's our choice, but he's paying me for my time.
Okay.
But this is an amazing story to me because it only gets better. The woman, her name is Giselle. She said
Model? She's a model.
she's not a model; she's just a regular 19-year-old girl.
Oh, okay. I thought you said she was a model. for some
She
reason.
looks like a model, right?
right.
I mean, she's beautiful.
Yes.
She said it was a dream come true. Every woman has to decide on her own if it's worth to give up her virginity for free to a boyfriend who maybe later will break up with her rather than selling it, she said. But I made my decision, and now I can study wherever I want, buy a new house, and travel around the world. It gives me a lot of opportunities.
How do they prove it?
That they got the money?
No,
Or-
that they're a virgin.
Oh, they go into that too. So a doctor does like a hymen exam, and now doctors are saying that
Because you know,
you can break the hymen without actually having sex.
yeah, you could like play, volleyball or fall off your bike as a girl.
So
It's a very, very thin membrane
right. So women are having surgery in Russia.
to put the membrane back.
Yes, and they're
Put the
they're selling their
membrane
virginity
back.
over and over again over there.
Really?
Yeah, under different names, and they grow up a little bit. Some of them have sold it 3 and 4 times in Russia.
All right. So,
So-
here's a question: as a guy, does it feel different if you like?
I've been with one virgin in my life, and I was very young.
So you didn't remember when you had sex with like someone else who wasn't a virgin, and you didn't like remember whether. it
I
was
lost my
different or not?
virginity. I was 17.
All right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm just curious how. Well, like, what's the big freaking deal?
I think guys take maybe consider it a trophy
Okay.
of sorts. Some of
So it
these,
doesn't feel any different. They just want to be with someone who's never been with anyone else.
I guess.
All right. All right. Well, that
I
makes
guess.
sense.
And then the guy gets to be with her without a condom, but he has to bring medical record, proof of medical records.
All right.
So,
So there's no risk of STD and just risk of pregnancy. But if she's on the pill or something, it's no big deal.
yeah, she takes the morning after pill. It goes into that. She described the trend of women selling their virginity as a form of emancipation, saying it was shocked at people who were. She was shocked at people who were against it. In other words, these people want to tell you what to do with your body as a woman, but they accuse someone who is selling it as being emancipation, she said.
And there's definitely an age requirement. Like you're not having, 15-year-olds or something.
The place in Russia, which I don't know the name of it, but when I was reading about it, they were looking for girls 17 to 18 years old. So I'm assuming it's all legal. It's not like pedophilia. I'm sure that the girls have to be, whatever the legal age is in that area.
Okay.
It's a new trend. It's getting super popular. There's so many girls. I wish you could see these pictures. And the name of it, in the statement, Cinderella Escorts, which is the place that does it. You could look them up online, Cinderella Escorts, said it was glad that we were able to help Giselle because we understood her dream and her motives. On our website, you will find a video where girls from all over the world talk about the reasons to sell their virginity, the statement said. Girls from Australia, Europe, Africa, North and South America, from Arab countries and Asia. This shows us the desire to auction a virginity. It's no exception. And on the other hand, the high bidding for Giselle's auction shows how high the demand for virgins is, they said.
Okay.
So there is a demand for it. Business people from all over the world have been bidding. Cinderella Escorts has allowed about 40 virgins on their website so far because it's a long process. We make sure the girls do not have any psychological problems, are grown up, and fully aware of their desires. For this, girls have to see a psychologist who will assure us of these points.
I doubt it's a dream of hers, but I mean, I do kind of see your point where you could, lose your virginity to some guy and the next week it's done.
I would, for 3.9 million, I'm selling myself.
Where is she from?
America.
America.
Yeah, she's an American girl. Men who want to have sex with the escorts on the site have to put down 40% deposit by transferring the funds to Cinderella Escorts bank account prior to the meeting. 40% down, and they pay the rest in cash when they get there.
And what percentage what percentage would she get?
I'm glad that you said that. The remaining money is paid in cash to the woman at the point of sale of sex, with Cinderella Escorts taking a 20% cut.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The website's founder and owner was recently named in local media. He is 26-year-old John, I hope I'm saying this right, Zakobielski, who still lives in his mother's basement.
And what country is he from? Is he Russian?
Jan doesn't sound like a Russian name. I believe that this is all handled in the United States.
Okay.
Because it's U.S. money. It could be somewhere in Europe because they talk about euros too. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in Germany. My bad.
Okay.
It's in Germany.
All right.
No one makes these young women do anything they do not want, he said earlier this year. They have their own minds and their own opinions on sexuality. We also reject girls. We feel that someone else is behind it, and if they do not want to sell their virginity on their own. So maybe some parents force their kid into it. Yeah.
That.
So
Yeah.
they seem to be, look at these girls. They seem to be, doing their homework on this subject. I went to the website. They have 40 different girls on there. They do a video like this.
My name's Giselle. I'm 19 years old. I live in the United States. I'm a part-time model as well as a part-time student.
So she is a model.
I want to sell my virginity at Cinderella Escorts because I want to be able to pay for my school and go traveling in the future. I think I should be able to do what I want with my body because it's my choice and I feel comfortable with my decision. I want more opportunities to arise for me by doing this, and hopefully good things will come in the future.
So,
What's the average price? Because 3.9.
okay, 3.9 million is excessive.
little-
As I went searching more,
Australian share market is weaker for a third straight session with the ASX 200 down around 60 points, or 1% to 5,843.
as I went to other sites, there's some in Russia. There's some in the Russians are really doing this over and over again.
Yeah.
What they're doing is selling virgins and then having them do surgery and redoing it. And they spoke to a doctor that says he knows girls that have had the surgery 4 and 5 times to rebuild their virgin-looking vagina.
So weird.
So weird, right? So they rebuild it, and then they sell it again.
But that it's not really.
Over there, they're selling them for like 5,000, maybe 13,500 is a high one in Russia. It's just not as expensive over there.
But they're not really a virgin anymore, so they're really ripping off the client.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. The Cinderella Escorts supposedly is medically documented by doctors that they believe that this girl has never had sex before. And you would think that at 3.9 million, if a guy had fucked her, he would come forward and blow her shit up, right? Like I had sex with her, And these days with
I think
Snapchat
it's really hard to prove.
and everything, yeah, with all these, Snapchat and Instagram and blah 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 blah, like you can kind of see if a girl's out having fun.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
So I don't know. I'm amazed that this is a thing now.
Why? Like, what surprises you about that?
The internet has changed everything.
Okay.
It's a whole new playing field. Because when we grew up, you couldn't do this. Where were you going to auction yourself off from?
Yeah.
It's impossible. So the internet has changed everything. Like when I look at stuff like this, and I have nieces and nephews and things like that, it's like, it's a little bit scary because they can read this just as easily as I found it.
Yeah.
There's no buffer
Right.
from me finding any of this information. It's literally, you can type in whatever you want and you get it.
Yeah, it's rough
But,
as a parent, like
yeah.
realizing that.
scary,
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
And But at the same time, if I had the opportunity at 18 or 19 years old to make $3 or $4 million for a night's work, there'd be very little I wouldn't do for that amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, no gay sex or anything like that. But if an older woman wanted to pay me money and to have my virginity, would I sell it for $3.9 million?
So you wouldn't sell yourself to a guy for $3.9 million?
No.
One night.
No. No way. I'm straight.
Right.
That's not enough. I would need more in therapy after that. Are you kidding me? If you could turn back the hands of time and there was internet when you were 18 or 19, would you consider doing something like that?
No, but I'm not like a money-oriented
See, I'm very money hungry. I have
person.
I have
Yeah.
big issues. What does that say?
What percentage does the website take?
They take 20%.
20%.
So I'm pretty sure that what happens is he sends in the 40%. The website takes that 20 right out of the gate.
Yeah.
She gets 20, and then she shows up for the meeting and gets the cash, and she's on her own.
It sounds like they're really strict with the guys. Like they have to go to a doctor. They have to bring the money ahead of time. There's
No
way
amount of
to
money is worth
surround.
like an STD,
Right.
you know?
But it sounds like, I don't know, like I just feel getting a medical doctor isn't going to be able to tell one way or the other.
If she's really a virgin.
Not at all.
I agree with that, but I do think that she would get ratted out,
Maybe.
you know? And like, now I look at it like, when I was a kid, there wasn't, people had sex in high school. Now it's like so much earlier from what I'm hearing. Crazy stuff, 13, 14, 15, So now they're going to see this, and I think this is going to be like a big thing now.
Maybe they'll wait.
They'll wait. They'll wait till they're 17
Yeah.
or 18 and sell it.
This is the greatest thing for birth control and
Well,
keeping sex away from kids.
would you rather have your daughter having sex from 14, 15, 16 years old with different douchebags or have her make $4 million?
Yeah, man, what a choice.
But she's immediately a prostitute, any way you cut it.
Yeah, and you kind of have to live with that like your whole life.
Whole
The
life.
First time you ever have sex with anyone.
Was with Abu Dhabi. He was 69 years old. He had a turban.
Dude who bought you off.
Yeah, he made me bang his
So
camel.
I'm surprised it is popular because,
It's really becoming a thing. In fact, Donna's Ranch, which is another ranch in Las Vegas, or in the outskirts of Las Vegas, it's the oldest legal brothel in the United States.
Okay.
Donna's Ranch. They have a section, virgin, and you go to it, and it gives you a virgin
Yeah.
that you can now bid on. We should put a bid in.
True though, where like Donna hires a woman just for one time.
Auction info.
Like you never see that person on the side again because they've already coughed it up.
Info about the auction. The girl's name is Rachel. She's 12 years old.
Ugh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I just want to get a reaction. She says she's 27.
All right.
Okay? Height 5'4", weight 121, hair color brunette, eye color green. Rachel is a stunning 27-year-old verified virgin. This beautiful girl next door has chosen to sell her virginity through Donna's Ranch because she would like to fulfill her dreams of becoming a doctor and travel the world helping those that cannot afford basic medical care. Rachel is from the Midwest with a Russian descent and speaks the language fluently as well. The minimum bid for Rachel's virginity is currently $500,000 US. This can change daily. Auction procedures: we accept a deposit of 10% on your bid to ensure that this is a serious bid. Only when you are the high bidder. If you are outbid, you will be notified by mail. You may decide whether you want to make a higher offer or receive your deposit back. Repayment will be made within 7 business days. If you
$500,000.
starting bid.
Okay. For a 27-year-old Russian girl who
I would
probably
think the
isn't
older that they
virgin.
are. See, that's a good question. If they're older, is that more money or is it better to have a younger one? Because the last to 27, she's more of a woman.
It depends on what you.
It depends on what you like.
But I would imagine the hour would be better spent with someone a little older.
I agree. If you end up being the highest bidder, you will tell us which dates you are available to come to Donna's Ranch in Wells, Nevada, for the meeting with Rachel to take place. If you are prepared to bid or you have any questions regarding the auction, serious inquiries only, please bid via email at donnasfirsttime@gmail.com. All information remains discreet and will not be shared with anyone. Right now, that's their only virgin. But Donna's Ranch is home of the Wild West and the oldest operating brothel in the U.S.
Is it really a woman who runs it?
Donna's Ranch delivers. Located in northeastern Nevada, Donna's Ranch is approximately 1 mile from two of the longest highways in America, I-80 and US 93. Donna's offers complimentary showers, coffee, and shuttle rides to and from the brothel, truck parking, a fully stocked bar, and of course, beautiful ladies. It is our duty to satisfy and fulfill your every fantasy. And they have amazing reviews. Bill said, best BJ ever, Lisa. Vanity Affair, Donna's Ranch, and cool owners to work for. So I guess she works there. Lily makes the best damn, I don't know. They have food here.
Okay.
Okay? I don't mean like,
Sandwiches or something.
yeah, no. It's like, I was looking at pictures of like the cheeseburgers and I'm like, Jesus, this looks fucking delicious. Like, it looked really good.
Well, you're stuck there. You're like, it's a 2-hour drive back. They have to feed you.
Yeah, and if you go with another guy and he gets done quicker than you, you know, and plus I guess the ride, the sitting around, maybe you want to go again, and the income is probably pretty good. I mean, you know, you can order whatever you want. But look at this menu. Appetizer, they have oral sex. Appetizer. Champagne BJ.
I like how they have her, like, she wants to, you know, give up her virginity because she wants to go to medical school.
Every girl wants to go to medical school.
It's
Who the fuck doesn't want to go to medical school? I want to go to medical school.
It's like...
I can't even do math.
It's like the beauty pageants where everyone...
Main
"What do you want
courses, I
in
mean,
life? I want world peace.
yeah, erotic massage, BDSM, we were speaking about that last week, fetishes. I mean, they really give you a wide variety of everything, which is, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool having legal prostitution. I think it would be a better business if it was always legal.
Yeah, any type of business.
You know, it would be
You know, with the whole, like, you know...
legal marijuana. Yeah, exactly.
I
like,
think it'll be... I remember, you know...
let's just fucking make everything legal again, like the Wild West, and see where we go.
Yeah, just anything. I think it takes crime out of a lot of things.
Yeah. But the Virgin auction is amazing. I mean, it's amazing. I think it's amazing. I think it's girls have the right to choose who they want to sell their body to, and if they want to be able to get an abortion, great. If they want to be able to sell their virginity, that's up to them.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not bothered by it. If it's done exactly the way they're doing it, you know, where they're interviewing them and I don't know. See, I mean, a lot of it seems all fishy to me. Like everyone seems to be Russian and everyone, you know, you wonder how they got here. Like you just hope that they actually got here on their own.
Yeah.
You know, in someone's trunks.
I would think they'd have to be at least a legal citizen to be here and sell their body
There's
online.
a lot of trafficking that goes on, so you wonder how they're like stuck on this website. So I worry
Yeah,
about
I
that.
mean, but if they're able to have the clientele that's going to start to bid $500,000, then where else are you going to go? You know what I mean? Can you go? I mean, what if we Googled buy a virgin online? Like, that's what I did. And that came up. Donna's. And then,
Not like pimply faced boys that are 18 or anything.
no, nothing came up with boys, you know, and
Just kidding.
that's weird. But I guess, you know,
Buy a virgin.
I don't think women are stupid enough to pay for sex the way that men are.
Yeah, because I mean, you just go out.
Yeah, you just go out and you find somebody. It's so much easier for a woman than a man.
Yeah.
You know, they say, hey, I want to have sex with you in the bathroom. The guy goes, where's the bathroom? I say that to a girl, I want to go have sex with you in the bathroom. I get thrown out of the restaurant or club or wherever the fuck I'm at. I don't know. I don't go around saying stuff like that, but I'm just saying. That can definitely happen. So, if, you know, Donna's. There's so much going on with this virgin stuff. I was just so shocked by it. I couldn't believe it.
Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Tony just texted that my mic isn't working anymore.
Oh, you know what happened?
What?
There you go.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah, my pad made the volume low.
Oh, thanks, Tony.
Tony, thank you, buddy. Tony, what do you think of this? Text Sally. Virginity for sale. That's what I Googled. Cinderella Escorts sells virginity for $3.9 million on controversial website. And there's all these girls doing it. It's not like a one-time thing. It's on CNET, British teen selling her virginity online. Russian virgin dealers are exploiting thousands of young women. This is where it gets a little bit scary. Thousands of girls and young women in Russia are selling their virginity after finding rich lovers online, according to a new report. So they're selling the girls, taking like half the money,
Yeah.
then getting them the surgery.
Yeah, see, that's where I feel like it's not their choice. Like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I said, I don't think it's their choice.
Russia's fucked up.
I really don't feel like it's their choice.
Yeah, Russia's fucked up. They do fucked up stuff.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to make it sound like it is.
Yeah, like it's legit. But when you're reselling a virgin, that's an issue. You know, it's like setting the miles back on your car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's just, dishonesty through all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, on Rebel Circus, they talk about the Russian sex trade. It's something I read pretty often, but they're selling their first-time sex to wealthy businesses by the thousands. Like thousands of girls doing this in Russia. Juice Online, 18-year-old student selling her virginity online. At the age of 18, Nicole, a student and part-time model, wants to sell her virginity online. Nicole admits her auction plans. Wow, Juice Online.
All right, here's
Crazy.
Tony again.
What does he think?
Hey.
Your mic isn't working. I've been texting you like.
I know, but we
Tony.
Is it working now though? Because we got your message, so we raised the volume.
All right, well, hang tight. Because I guess it's still on a delay. You haven't even, from what I'm watching on YouTube, you haven't even gotten my call yet.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's probably fine now, but thanks.
It's just so many people.
All right.
Tony, everyone's selling their virginity online. This girl got 3.1 million. Elite Models VIP. They're also doing this. Her current bid started $1 million on Elite Models VIP.
It kind of reminds me of that. What's that movie with Liam Neeson where he's like trying to find his daughter who gets like.
Taken?
Yeah, is that it? Taken? Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Like I feel like these girls are just like taken.
And then
Without
made
a
into
dad
virgin.
with a particular set of skills.
Yeah, I only saw the first one of that one. I thought it was okay, borderline stupid, but the rest of them I couldn't even muster myself to go to a movie theater to watch it.
Yeah,
again.
I just watched the first one too.
Yeah, I was disappointed we didn't get any calls today. But I am super happy with the emails.
Yeah, there were
The
a lot of
Dr.
emails.
Love Show.sex. www.thedrloveshow.sex. Shoot me out an email on that. We'll answer it next week or the week after. And keep the crazy questions coming and the comments, even the bad ones. I love reading them. You can call me whatever you want. It's not going to be a big deal to me.
Who's coming on next week? Is it the matchmaker?
I'm hoping the matchmaker's coming out next week and then Joe the week after.
All right, nice.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, cool.
We fly by the fucking cuff here, so I
Yeah,
don't,
all right. No, it's all right.
I don't get too crazy over it. But we're kind of formatted. I don't know. We're we're kind of formatted in a weird way. I put stuff up on the website from time to time. But I like everyone to be a little bit surprised. That's kind of my thing. I don't know, like with the emails and whatever. So don't blame Sally. She doesn't know anything that's happening. Blame me.
We're getting a call.
Patch him in.
All right.
Don't even ask who it is.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening to some show on Dr. Love on YouTube,
Awesome.
and I wanted to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm not understanding the people selling their virginity.
As far as what?
Well, or it's males that are selling their virginity, or is it
No,
just
I've only
females?
found females selling it. I haven't found any males. I mean, I'll look for that, but I put virgins for sale or virginity for sale in Google, and this came up.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Super weird, right?
How do you know if they're over certain ages that make it legal?
Well, I guess they're verified as per the website. There's a few places that sell the girls.
Oh, they sell the girls too.
They auction the girls.
They auction.
Yeah, I
How
shouldn't
much
say
are they
sell
going
them.
for?
The starting bid starts out at $500,000, and some start out at $1 million. That's the starting bid, and you got to deposit 40% of the funds for your bid to count. And if you get outbid, you'll be notified that you can either bid higher or null the bid out and get your money back in 7 business days.
Are these is this in America or in other countries?
I think it's in other countries. If you go to, hold on. If you go to donnasranch.net, there's a starting bid for $500,000 for a 27-year-old virgin, and that's in Nevada, so that's in America.
So do they go through what the benefits of having the virgin is?
They don't. I guess that's what some guys like. I mean, I don't know. Some guys probably just like the idea of taking a woman's virginity.
Versus
does that matter to
having a
you? It
woman
doesn't matter to
with
me, but
experience.
does that matter to you? I mean, do you want a virgin?
No, I was just wondering if I would think that someone with experience would be better.
Because they're a virgin?
No, because they're not a virgin.
Yeah, if they're not a virgin, I think you would have to teach a virgin, and I guess the virgin would be more pure in somebody's eyes.
Maybe.
What do you think?
To me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I never really thought of it that way. For me, I feel like I'm too old to experience a virgin. But if I was, I don't know. It never really. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care how many people my past partners have been with. It doesn't.
What does your co-host think?
What do you think? You care?
Just that particular question, whether I don't know. I think people have certain.
That's got to be a fetish thing, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I think it has to do with, I don't know, who they are.
I mean, there's
maybe
a woman,
power thing.
Yeah.
Would a woman like a male virgin?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
That's funny. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
All right. Bye.
Oh, got another call.
Talk to me.
So you're telling me that I could be a virgin for $500,000? You can get one, but you got to verify that they're a virgin, right, Doc?
Well, I don't verify them, but Donna's Ranch says they verify them, and so do the other places. But yeah, the $500,000 is a starting bid.
Doc, you have permission to stay over tonight, so stay as long as you want.
I don't know. I mean, this has got to be a fetish power thing for a businessman to kind of win.
Yeah, but how do you know that? What happens to what? Is a girl a virgin every fucking night? Do you know what I mean?
No, well, they put the picture up on the site at Donna's Ranch. You see the girl. You're bidding on one girl. And then I guess they find another one and they put her up there.
Hi, Sally.
I knew it.
Who is it?
I'm going to
Hey,
go
Doc, I'm serious. Stay over. I'm enjoying this so far.
I'm going to go with Graz.
Oh, it's Graz. What's going on, buddy?
How are you, Doc? Everything
I'm
good?
good. Yeah, I'm good, buddy. How are you?
That's fantastic. I want to know how they verify that.
They
that
verify
these
them
girls
through
got
doctors.
like a little fucking tag on a clit or something like that?
I know the one at Donna's Ranch because I called them. they said that they have them verified from a physician. And there's a certain amount of opening that would have to be for her to have had a penis inside of her.
So you know, these sheiks are probably doing a lot of that.
A guy from Abu Dhabi bid 3.9. Well, won a bid of 3.9 million for another girl, a 19-year-old. 3.9 million.
Amazing. How'd it go tonight, Doc? Good?
Yeah, no complaints. No complaints. I love it here. I love your show. I love all the shows.
We're doing good, right?
Everything's going good. The station's getting better. More shows. I mean, it's getting good.
Is Sally getting good, or do I have to come in there and teach her things?
Sally's amazing. I got to get you on here. You got to come in when I get someone. I want to bring in a BDSM person, have them whip you and burn you and shit like that.
No.
Great.
No, I'll be on my third fucking wife. Are you kidding me? You can't do that.
That
shit
would be
to me.
great. Can you imagine Graz on here? Like you bring the person on to
it'd be
burn
so
him.
good.
Can we burn you?
Let's just auction off a virgin here. I want 20% of $500,000. If you're a virgin, you want to email the show and get auctioned off, email mike@thedrloveshow.sex. We're looking to verify
You get a Long Island
virginity.
virgin.
Yeah, we're going to sell a Long Island virgin right here at govsradio.com.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I'll sell a virgin. Would you do that, Sally, with me?
Sell a virgin.
Yeah, 20% of $500,000.
Sally, you still a virgin, Sally?
20% of $500,000 is like $1 million. Carry the one minus the two, we each get like $10 million.
I'm in.
I think it would.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm not selling anyone.
I would. If it's legal, I think it's legal. I don't even know. I got to look into the logistics of it because I may want to get in this business now that I'm thinking about it.
Now, can you get your own specific girl, like a body type and everything?
I mean, it's limited as to what they only have one right now at the auction site.
She probably gets banged once, and then she goes for an operation. They make it tight
That's what
again.
they're doing in
Here we go,
Russia.
another one.
That's what they're doing in Russia. I was just telling Sally about that. They're having hymen surgeries 3 and 4 and 5 times, the doctors say, to rebuild their vaginas.
Wow.
Yeah. You're buying an S550 with no miles on it, but it really has been driven for 10,000 miles and then turned back.
Right.
I think I'm more like 100,000 miles.
Yeah,
probably.
that's the deal. But some of these girls, I mean, I hate to say it, they look very innocent and virgin-like. So, I mean, shit, I don't know.
Doc, why don't you come on next week? Please come on my show. Sally won't come on. We're Planet Comedies this Thursday, and then my show being the following Thursday.
I got to make room for that.
You should come in, hang out with us.
I want to come in, Braz. I'm a fan. You kidding me?
Please.
What's
Don't
that
bring
Halloween
Sally, please. Don't bring Sally.
Don't bring Sally.
Oh.
It's the day after Halloween.
She's the only thing that keeps me
I'll
under
come and
control.
burn you.
Without her, I'd be thrown off the station in an hour and a half.
She's fantastic at what she does.
You have Sally.
So what was,
you
I don't have anybody's number. I'll get it from you guys. I'm coming. I got to go in there tomorrow. But can I ask you, what did you guys do tonight? What was the other topic besides the hymen? Besides the
well, we spoke
virgin?
Well, we had a lot of emails sent into the show about crazy shit on email. So we read the emails, and then we talked about Dennis Hoff. Which
dude, I have a funny story to tell you.
Go.
One of my drivers has a comedian friend who is a 27-year-old virgin. My hand to
Let's
God.
auction him off.
Yeah.
I could get him on. I haven't even met him, but my driver was telling me. So he's on his way. He's on his way to Dennis Hoff at this guy's place. What is it, the Bunny Ranch?
The Bunny Ranch.
He's on his way there for his first encounter for not to be a virgin, and they close it down because Hopper drops dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear to God,
talking
that's
about
a fucking true story.
That's unbelievable. You know what? Call him and tell him to go to Donna's Ranch. It is the oldest brothel in the United States. He could either go to Donna's Ranch or he can go to Dennis Hoff has other places open there still. He's still got like 2 or 3 other or maybe 5 other fucking whorehouses there. I think the Love Ranch is the one that stayed open. Or the Bunny Ranch. No, the Bunny Ranch. Tell him to go to the Bunny Ranch.
Tell him to go to the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah,
dude, I thought it was the most fascinating story. He told me that. I go, he's 26, he's a comedian. I said, so what was he doing? He goes, he was on his way to Vegas. He was at a stop in L.A. I guess there's a connector. And as he's there, he's looking in the airport, and their exclusive Hop drops dead at the Bunny Ranch.
Unbelievable.
That is a true story. I found that fascinating.
Well, send him to the Bunny Ranch. He'll get laid there. I mean, you
Yeah?
you hear about the guy that can't get laid in a whorehouse. That's
Yeah, that's a lot of traveling just to have sex. I
yeah,
don't
but if
get
you're a
it.
virgin, you lose it without having to be embarrassed. You're going to get a lesson. You'll come back
That's
a new
true.
man.
That's
Now,
the
now I
reason
know how to
why-
fuck.
All right, okay.
I wish my father had taken me to a whore.
Now he knows how to fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I wish someone had taken me by the hand. Hey, let's go to Brazil. You're going to fuck 11 hookers today, and you're going to really know what you're doing. I would have been so confident. I was neglected sexually. One girl in high school. That's my claim to fame.
But that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
That
she was
your
pretty
deal.
hot, though, I got to admit, at the time. I don't know
Dude,
about
I
now.
went through the same thing. If I wasn't a bartender, I would have never got laid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
If I didn't own a whorehouse, I wouldn't have.
Sally wasn't a board op. Sally wasn't a board op. She would never get laid.
That's true.
That's great. Graz, I'm going to leave you my number here. Call me. We'll set that thing up.
I'll be there tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Bye, Graz.
All right, stay well, Doc. Good show. Congratulations. Hey, listen, I got to tell you something.
Go.
What you're doing, please keep it up. I hope you're. I like you. I know the NY Sports Mafia likes you. The work with Mike and Pete the Penis, they like you.
Pete's
So,
great.
all right,
All right, buddy.
stay well.
All right, you too.
Sally, fuck off.
Bye, Graz. So let's promo some of the other shows here.
Okay.
You go.
What do you mean, promo?
What do we got? Well, you're on every day here from
know. What do we
11 to
have?
1.
Okay. Well, we're really late.
Yeah, we got to get off the air.
We have.
But hey, govsradio.com. Go to the website. Look at the shows. I'm a big fan of actually Tony's and Eric and Sally's show in the morning. 11 to 1, right?
Yeah, we're 11 to 1, Monday through Friday.
I love that fucking show. It's funny. It's current.
It's fun.
It's got shit going on.
Yeah, I
Tony's
really
hysterical.
like it.
Eric's hysterical. Sally's hysterical. It's super fun and funny. Kind of clean humor. Nothing like this.
Well, Sharon started not too long ago. He's on Friday nights. He's 6 to 8, and
Graz's
at
show.
night. But he gets like a lot of the comedians that walk by, and so that's
It's a
been
big
really
deal.
interesting because he does stand up too,
Dice
so
Clay's
they know
coming here.
him. Yep, this Friday.
Yeah. Well, it's big names. I mean, Governors
Yeah.
is the place to be. It's
It
fucking
is.
great. I love this
Always.
place.
It is.
I try and go as often as possible. We got to get out of here.
Okay.
Remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Here's my outro. Try and hit him at the same time, right?
Yep. Okay.
You have just experienced the Dr. Love Show. You may now unstrap and safely exit the ride. See you next week, same time, same channel. Enjoy your week and please email Dr. Love at mike@thedrloveshow.sex with any comments, questions, or crazy stories you want to share. Now get out there, have fun, make some naughty decisions, and remember, if you can't be good, be bad.
Did we kill the YouTube feed?
Yeah. No.